controversies of the day with Logan and Jay. Hello, everybody. 2026. Wow, Logan. I mean, it's just crazy. We got so much to cover today. Minnesota's a mess. We got this gigantic world stage. I don't know what you want to call it, buddy. Chess game that the Trump administration seems to be playing. I mean, are they just the front? Is it all, the corporatists and the CIA behind the scenes telling Trump what to do? We don't know that, but you kind of wonder.
Right.
I mean, but I'll say this about Trump. He's energetic. I mean, he's always doing something, isn't he?
Right, yeah.
What the hell? Oh, man, I scratch my head some days, but wow, he's all over the place. I mean, I don't know, where do you begin? We talk about Greenland? Do you want to talk about Venezuela? Do you want to talk about Iran? You tell me, buddy.
They all coincide with each other, I think. I think it's all part of this big plan. I don't want to sound all QAnon shit, but it'd be the opposite of them, right? They think a big reveal's coming. I think something more sinister is happening. I think this is just, again, them recreating the swamp. I think this is slowly
like a revamp of the swamp.
Yeah, pretty much like an upgrade, right?
Yeah.
No more old politicians that have been doing this shit for decades. Now we just got AI that's going to help infiltrate or
more Silicon Valley kind of people.
Yeah, I mean, we all see it. So at least the majority of us that are paying attention see it. I mean, look at all the tech companies in there. Just outside Elon Musk and Palantir, you got Google, Microsoft. I mean, all these places, all these companies, all these tech companies work with the government in some fashion, with the DOD, DOJ, fucking everything. So to think that it's not coming, it is. I think it's going to come quicker than we want to like.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy, folks. I mean, so Greenland. I mean, either they sell it to us or we take it. I guess.
I think we're taking it.
And there was even talk. I don't know if you saw this in the news. This is regular news now, not Alex Jones. That some European military people were coming over to I mean, I think the left here in America, or at least the Democrat, they're trying to make it like, well, was Trump going to actually have to fight? They're trying to create this scenario that, I mean, I don't think it's really going to happen, but the United States troops would have a military conflict with European. We haven't had that since World War II.
All right. Well, it's a good narrative, right? To make Trump bad again, but I want to say I didn't see it I didn't look up on it if it was true or not, but supposedly you had leaders of Denmark and Greenland were in D.C.
Okay.
Supposedly at the White House having whatever talks. Some photos or video after the fact, supposedly after the fact when they were about to leave. Everyone looked pretty happy and in good spirits. So it must have been a good deal. I got cut. I mean,
hopefully it's going to be win-win for everybody involved. I'm not against that in any way. When I heard him say buy it, I thought, we don't have any money, sir. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh.
Well, we ain't gonna buy. We're gonna take it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look at the world today. All right. So we just went down to Venezuela and we kidnapped the president. Right. So we went to another country, completely immobilized it in like 30 minutes, and was able to extract a president, which, regardless of what you want to say about another country's military or secret service, whatever they have, that's pretty incredible. Half hour, considering what's come out about some of the technology that might have been used. Ooh. So with that all being said, and if that were true, and you were other world leaders like Canada, would you really want to start making deals with China like they supposedly just done? All these trade deals, they're gonna bring in cars, drop their tariffs, willing to work for fuel, and that doesn't. No one's paying attention to that. I mean, either it's a pretty significant slap in the face to America if this is like organic in some fashion. I don't think it is. I think it's planned. I think this is what we're going to do to get into Greenland and to start war with Iran. I think they'll make their deal. There's going to be all this rhetoric and all this bullshit. Oh, you can't have this, all these threats, all these worries about what might happen to the country, and then something's going to happen to the country. It's going to come from Iran with the help from China, and then we're going to put the lockdown on Canada, and we're going to go take fucking Greenland. And I think that's like the beginning stones. I really do. And that's just like geopolitical. That's not what's happening in the country, considering what's going on with Minnesota and all this nonsense. So I think there's a lot of shit going on, and people ain't going to be able to handle all fronts of it, and it's just going to suck us into this something. I I don't fucking know. I'm scared. It seems very
I'm trying
freaky.
to laugh about it.
It seems like
Scary,
so
people.
much shit has happened. Like even from when I was like 9/11, when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I mean, how shit just escalated every year. It's like worse and worse and worse, and we're not getting better. Nothing. No one's fixing, especially not Trump. He's not fixed any of this. He's either a part of it or. I don't know. I can't even say.
Yeah, and again, to our listeners, you know, so much of our world is either everybody, yay, Trump, everything he does is great, or you know, Orange Man, Hitler, and everything he does is bad. I mean, on this show, I think we try. There's probably only a few other programs out there, to our credit, to brag a little bit. We try to give it to you. You know, I don't know, say fair and balanced, but you know, we try to give you both sides.
Okay, well,
if we like Trump when he does something, we'll say hey, that was pretty good. Other things we don't like, so you may get a little confused here, folks, but again, I've talked about Donald Trump's astrological sign, which is also mine. And if you don't believe in astrology, okay, but bam, there's Donald Trump. That's an example of, you know, of what we've been talking about. This guy is just—he's all over the place. So you brought up Canada briefly there. This is concerning, though, folks. This is such a concern. So if you haven't seen it. What is his name up there? Carney?
Yeah.
I think Carney's the name of their leader, and he's met with Trump at least a few times this past year during Trump's first year back, and Trump's made jokes about acquiring Canada, make it the 51st state. Of course, on paper that makes no sense because they're all more socialists up there. Wouldn't they all vote Democrat if they were part of the United States? But then I always worry about the North American Union type of thing. We haven't really heard that conspiracy for a long time now. But as we see these things start to move around, like, oh, this might come back into play here. And I don't know. I don't know if there is really a North American Union conspiracy coming. Obviously, though, this administration, like you're saying, is very concerned with this hemisphere, and it's very important to this administration. And I guess it's probably very tactical. But Carney, he said something recently about, China and their positioning and the New World Order. Those were his words, not ours, not Alex Jones' words. That was his words, the leader of Canada, the Prime Minister of Canada. So, I get very worried about just security, like Carney letting Chinese military, in his, what I mean? Like I tried to tell everybody before, like, with the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. Well, I think Russia was concerned about NATO, forces or even Western weapons coming into their country, and we wouldn't like it if Russia or China were in Mexico or Canada, would we? I don't think we would, but who knows? We may find out here.
I know, really, think about that for a quick second, right? So let's say China comes over and takes over Canada, right? And the same shit that happens between Ukraine and Russia would happen here, and then you have other countries supporting China to support their push, or rather support Canada for their push of freedom from. It's like, how the whole fucking country would lose their shit because of something like that, but yet we're doing the same opposite over there, and they want to justify that, so we're going to justify the same thing. But really, the people that are justifying that shit would probably welcome some kind of Chinese communist nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
It's a movie. I think it's one big movie. It's not the QAnon shit. It's like, it's a bad movie and no one's paying attention. It's fucking insane.
And if you're new to the show too, I mean, I have QAnon friends, and I've never bought into that directly. I think pieces of it could be true, but I think a whole bunch of it is a bunch of fantasy, at least till proven otherwise.
Well, you have a room. What's the thing? A room full of monkeys, and they all give them a typewriter. You're bound to get a novel out of it.
That's what I feel like. Novel
that's really what I feel like Q is. That's what
it feels like a disinformation campaign from what I've seen. And if either one of the Kennedys, junior or senior, are alive, the senior would be like 100 or something. I mean, please come forward. We would love to see you, and it would be the coolest thing in the world. And I am fascinated with that topic of rich, powerful people faking their death. But nonetheless, that's a QAnon thing. Some of my QAnon friends, and we'll see. But definitely, what we're living through, you always come back to a movie or a psyop. It just seems like, it just keeps rolling along, and we're headed to something, folks. And my biggest fear, ladies and gentlemen, is the fourth turning. And I hope that's just a coincidence and we don't really have it. But as we get more internationally involved, there's more tensions, more controversy. It's like we're just going through what do you say, TNT plant and throwing matches everywhere.
Right.
And one of these days, something's going to go wrong here, everybody. And that's what I'm really worried about. I am worried about World War III. This is all seriousness. We like to joke around the show, folks, but we like to get hardcore serious too. And I worry about World War III. I worry about a draft coming back. And again, we haven't had a draft since the Vietnam War, and so it's been a while. And basically, a couple generations have no idea. They read about it maybe, but they have no idea. They haven't really experienced it. So I worry that history will repeat itself, and we're going to go down this road. Because if we keep this up, and Rome did this too, everybody. When before Rome fell, too, we had too many troops all over the world, all over their empire, and they had too much debt and too much cultural decay, moral decay at home, and everything. They thought it was going to be Pax Romana forever. They thought Rome would be.
Germany kind of was in the same state of array too, at the beginnings of World War II.
Yeah,
so
England, England, British Empire.
We see all these. Not that I'm comparing Germany to the. I'm just saying it to.
Yeah.
You see this power struggle, this decay from within. Yeah, we definitely have that. I think there's too many hands in the cookie jar, and no one's too. This whole country is just one giant fucking psyop. Yeah. Everything you see on TV is so joke, and it's crazy now. Is that any video I see on any of these social media platforms, I can't fucking believe any of them. I mean, some of them are obviously AI, and there's other ones that look. It's hard to distinguish.
Yeah, I got tricked a couple times. And then my wife would point something out like, "Oh, okay, I feel stupid, so I'll go delete that or whatever." Right. Or now when I throw something up, I'll probably put AI question mark or fake question mark or real question mark. Yeah, I mean, this is all nuts here. The world stage. Obviously, the Venezuela thing is going to play out some more. I was thinking that Maria Corina Machado. We're talking about. So she actually, even though the Nobel Peace Prize people told her not to, she actually gave her Peace Prize to Trump. Did you see that?
No.
Oh yeah, she gave it to him.
Even though she didn't become the leader down there.
Even though she hasn't become the leader.
Yeah.
And Trump says he did say like a week or two ago he didn't think she was strong enough, but then now he was a little nicer about it. I just, getting that good Trump, bad Trump thing we do, I just think, dude, you had a moment there, man. We should have said, oh, thank you so much, but this is for you, and you should hand it back to her. He would look bigger, you know what I mean?
Right.
So just take it. It's like, oh, dude, come on, dude. And it's smart of her though, because it's like, if she really cares about her country, her country.
No, if she really cared about her country, she would have given the BB. That's what should have been happening. But she already said once she would ever get in control, she'd move the embassy to Jerusalem, their embassy. So she knows who's feeding. What ring to kiss, rather. In any case.
Yeah. So she's interesting. We'll see what happens. I thought the Trump administration said they're just going to leave this gal, Delcy Rodriguez. I think this is Maduro's VP. Mm-hmm. They're going to leave her in charge now for the moment, but eventually they expect her to step down. So we'll see what happens if we gave them a little shock and awe in Venezuela with the sonic stuff, the weapons, these advanced weapons we used. Crazy, interesting things going on there.
I gotta say, after the reports of what they possibly could have used weapon-wise, or that whole thing. I haven't heard not too much talk from any other countries out there. Colombia's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, Colombia and Cuba.
I heard Mexico was supposedly deploying like 300,000 troops or 100,000 troops or some number. I could be wrong. It could be a lot smaller, but deploying them to like the American border for some reason.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I did not.
Don't know if that's true or not.
Okay, they got to be a little concerned too.
No, I don't think so. The CIA is watching them pretty. I mean, they're the handlers of Mexico. Let's be honest.
Probably.
There's no drugs running around this world unless our own government's taking tabs on it.
Sad, but it's probably true. I mean, I think some people still don't get it.
Vietnam, South America, fucking Mexico, Central America, and then
Colombia,
you have
South America,
You have that whole thing. You got Afghanistan, the Middle East. All part of.
Yeah, what a joke that was.
And that's just the ones we know of. So, just saying. Let's not be stupid here or naive.
And again, folks, we've talked before, but obviously all those people, Trump's an isolationist. Well, sorry, not really.
No more. Not yet. Not until we get all of ours. Get on lockdown.
Yeah, he's a big globetrotter, just like all those other neocons. He wants to do, and again, think about America, sir. Please, America, Americans. So we get to that good Trump, bad Trump, good Trump, bad Trump. So let's talk a little good Trump, okay? A potentially good Trump. He's actually been talking to some Democrats, even Elizabeth Warren. Wait, what? Pocahontas? What? He's talking about he wants to cap the credit card interest rate at 10%. He's talking about getting BlackRock and other groups like that out of residential real estate investing. I think that would be, all those sounds like really good things. You probably could get some Democrats on board. I would think. I don't know. They sound good. He's going to need Congress to help him get it through.
Who's getting what kickback to make the deal?
I mean, I'd like to think the guy wants to do some good things for the country. I'd like to think that.
What, like a 50-year mortgage?
Yeah.
Come on.
You heard a little less about that right now. You heard a little less about that right now. So
didn't interest rates come down too?
Yeah, a little bit. So within the Fed is going to meet here in a week or two also. So we'll see.
When I can go to a grocery store and spend $50 to fill up a cart, I'll be happy. He'll do enough with that. When my car insurance rates can get cut back down to like a half where they were like just a handful of years ago, like I have no access, no tickets. Why's my shit keep on going up?
Yeah.
Fix that problem.
Yeah.
Fix those problems first. How about get rid of the fucking income tax?
Yeah.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, why do I gotta have? I spend my whole life paying for a house, and then I'll lose it if I don't pay fucking taxes that I get taxed on for every. You want to fix the country? Fix that shit.
Yeah.
Like, make us rich again.
Yeah.
Fuck Venezuela. How about us? Make us rich and prosperous.
What do you give 20 or 40 billion to Argentina earlier in the year last year?
Why don't you take that money that you're giving the rest of the fucking world and give it to us and let us be happy and bear the fruits of our labor instead of fucking handing it out to everybody else.
So this is what real MAGA it would be about, okay? So what he's doing now, he's globetrotting, he's doing neocon stuff, playing the world chess game. And maybe it'll all make sense, folks, but I mean, I don't know. I'm critical. I think you're critical. We'll see.
Honestly, I don't think he's done anything good for this country yet. I mean, everything else has been kind of breadcrumbs. I mean, hey, what happened to all these fucking people we were going to arrest when we got in?
Yeah.
And this is a big backhand to fucking Dan Bongino, that fucking weasel little faggot. Fuck you, dude. I would I'll beat my ass up. I'll kick your ass in the nuts. It ain't gonna make it any fucking better. You're a piece of shit. You had a whole year with your chest all pumped up.
Yeah.
And what the fuck came from it?
I used to listen to
a bunch of lies and a bunch. Boy, you look like a little bitch sitting next to Cash Patel that fucking first interview. What a little bitch.
His body language was, it's like somebody just
they just pulled the fucking dick out his ass.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, all being the good little bitch.
You can go find it, folks. I'm not making this up. He looked like somebody shot his dog or something. He was just.
Patel looks like some partying little cokehead running around with his little fucking girlfriend. Again, where are all these people you guys are so hell-bent on fucking fixing? Where are, hey, Cash, the Clintons just did it.
They're calling your bluff. Congress, the DOJ, the Trump administration, the Clintons are calling your bluff here. I mean,
nothing will happen because somebody will get shot with that fucking gun they stole out in Minnesota, and that's going to disappear. Something's going to happen, and that's going to disappear. You'll never hear the Clintons again. They'll just fucking disappear. It'll be gone because there'll be too much other crazy shit going on in the world that doesn't involve the bad motherfuckers, the child fuckers, and all these people that are fucking the evil group of fucks. No one's going to do anything about it. Nothing. Nothing's going to happen. You guys, nothing is going to change in this country. For anyone to think anything's going to change, you're all fucking retarded. Because you're too busy worrying about dumb shit. Like this dumb broad who does dumb shit and she found out real quick. You don't fuck around. Any black person, any honest black person would fucking tell you the same thing. You want to not get fucked up? Just listen to what they say. Any white person, say Fucking normal. Why would you think that pushing a car into somebody's not going to get you fucked up when the dude's got a gun? If it was a drug dealer, the same shit would have happened. You don't think what? It's so, and people are justifying this shit. Hey, Democrats, what happened to the gun? The gun did the crime. Isn't it always the gun? It's never the person with the gun. It's always the gun.
That's what they always say.
But now you're going after the guy who had the gun? Pick a fucking lane and stick in it, you jackasses.
That's the way it always should be. I mean, it is the shooter. Okay?
And you fuckers on the other side, like justifying ICE for doing this. You guys are fucking retarded too. Do you not see the problem in any of this? Do you see that regardless of how you feel about it, you pushing that fucking narrative is just really inciting the left to fucking get more brazen to do what they're going to fucking do.
Thank you. Thank you. Good
Everyone is complacent in this shit on both sides, or we're all just literally that fucked and retarded, and we're done. We're cooked. It's never going to get better because no one's seeing what the hell is happening. You guys are paying attention to dumb shit. Now, since she's been shot, all my social media, granted I only do fucking Twitter, but it's nothing about, it's always that. It's that. I don't care about that. Who cares? That was a shitty person, shitty life. I'm sorry, they got what they fucking deserved. You don't do stupid shit like that. There's no justification to do that at all. At all. Not fucking ever. You were out there purposely trying to get what? Clickbait? You're trying to look like a badass? Against guys with guns. Who do you think you are?
And again, next door, or the same neighborhood, basically, the same town, we got all this Somali insane crap fraud going on. Not millions, but they're saying billions of dollars over years, and it had come up before. It's not just Nick Shirley. He's the one who's renewing this investigation. But no, this has come up and it gets squashed. It would come up and it gets squashed. This has been going on like 10 years.
It came up and it got squashed again. Isn't that fucking convenient? The biggest, one of the biggest revelations of corruption ever happens, and then a couple days later, this woman happens to die. I'm just saying, it's very coincidental.
I'm real sad about her.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Again, she did stupid things, and I'm begging people out there, please think it through before you do stupid shit. I'm all for peaceful protest, off to the side, your signs, you're cheering, you're jeering, your songs, even people do all these songs and all these chants and whatever. Just peaceful. First Amendment is a beautiful thing, but when you obstruct justice, when you get yourself in the middle of something, it's not going to end well, and it didn't. Anyway, I hope we've seen the worst of it, Logan. But I mean, I know how both of you and I think.
No, they have schools closed off up there until like February 1st, expecting things to happen. Hey, Trump, what are you gonna do with this insurrection shit you're pumping your chest about? What, 2 days ago?
Yeah, Insurrection Act. That's what you're calling it.
Yeah. Well, why aren't we gonna do this? Why are you gonna again? This is not what we fucking voted for. We wanted redemption in this country. Like, you're supposed to hold these people accountable, and these people that you aren't holding accountable are getting away with the same crap that happened 4, 5, 6 years ago. Like, this is like George Floyd 2.0. Another shitty person does a shitty thing, and they got what was coming, and now this is the martyr the left wants to fucking throw themselves on.
The good news is, and I don't know, I said maybe this is good news. I think the Trump administration is trying to cut off government funding, at least for the time being, to Minnesota until they get some of their crap straightened out.
Look at the slush fund they built up over the past decade of all this fucking money going in there. Yeah. Come on.
But it's so nice if Tim Walz or Keith Ellison or even Ilhan Omar, somebody goes away in handcuffs. That would be a beautiful thing. I really want Tim Walz. He really needs to go away. And like I say, folks, here in Illinois, we're down here in Peoria. I mean, Blagojevich went away for a while. Trump gave him a pardon, but what a world, as the Wicked Witch said in Wizard of Oz. What a world, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, I tell you, it is all like just one big crazy movie. Oh man. Yeah, it's something else. And then we got Iran. Now, Iran is interesting because I think these people have been, subjected to kind of a theocracy and a very authoritative government for a long time. And they've tried this before. This has been tried before, where people try to rebel. Supposedly, lots of people killed, lots of people really going for it. Is the United States pushing these people? Is Israel pushing these people? Are they backing these people? There's a lot of questions, lots of things swirling around there. I would love to see a good regime change if it would be positive, if it would be a positive thing.
You see who they're trying to put in there, right?
No. Is it the prince, the son?
The son of the banished prince's son. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're in talks with it. And supposedly somebody, I don't know how you'd go about doing this, but their currency was like a shit ton of their currency was bought up or dropped in or something like that. Someone was buying, manipulating their stocks or whatever you want to call their currency, and that's one of the big reasons why like shit hit the fucking fan, because now the people are pissed off because their economy's kind of, or whatever's happening over there. Then you have all the weird things coming out that it's a lot of Mossad over there kind of inciting this, getting the ball rolling. So is it organic? Meh. And that's the problem people need to look. If it's organic, you know, you should kind of let them do their thing, right? Because it don't seem like their government's really doing too fucking well. And I don't think we have to worry about an attack from them anytime soon. I keep this in mind. If you're, I mean, I guess you can go one of two ways, right? So you're either worried about losing your fucking country to your own people. So that's where you're going to put all your resources in, considering you don't have all these weapons that the U.S. destroyed and whatnot. So your main focus will be just keeping what you got. You're going to have time and any resources to, like, attack us in America, like some kind of whatever plan might be happening. I think that's the big stepping stone. I think we're going to have an attack here, like I said kind of earlier, and then it's going to preemptively make us do the things with Greenland and Canada, and it's going to start this bullshit over there. I mean, I don't know. It's
interesting. It's interesting to watch Patrick Bet David at Valuetainment, because he originally comes from Iran. He left there as a child. But it's interesting to watch him.
Well, didn't he have the prince?
Yeah, I think he did have the prince
on there.
Yeah,
on his show. I mean, again, I don't care. I don't care what happens over there. I hope I hope people don't have to die on
unnecessarily.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. But we shouldn't fucking worry about that. We got enough. We got Minnesota happening in our country.
Right.
You know, we should worry about that. We're worried about all this insurrection bullshit people keep on talking about. We should worry about. I mean, that's essentially what's going on over there. So why the fuck do we care about what's going on over there? They let them deal with their own shit. Once we sort out our house, then we'll go over there and maybe help them. You know, but I'm America first. Fuck MAGA. This MAGA shit has been co-opted by a bunch of Zionists who just want to fucking go to war, and that's their own thing. That's all for America. No, that's not America first. America first, and I can't even say America first, because now that other little fag boy on Rumble, what's his name? Your buddy, Nick.
My buddy, Berwin.
Mr. fucking Fuentes, you faggot ass little bitch. I saw an interview with him where he's talking. Who the fuck was he talking to? He was talking to somebody about, their question, don't you want to have kids? He's like, I want to have kids just to hold my legacy, and but he didn't want to be married. He didn't want to have a woman. Dude, gay. That's America first. Now you got this little faggot running around. Oh, wait, this is real masculine. This could be real man. Play video games and sit there on my little YouTube show in your basement. Dude, go suck a fucking dick and just get it over with. I'm sure you have. I mean, don't get me wrong. I completely think you're gay. And I can agree with some of the shit you say, but now I just feel like you're so you yourself are just. Dude, you're paid opposition or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're a psyop in yourself.
Oh my God,
government, CIA, fucking Soros. You're something. You ain't just another organic fucking figure in the world.
And how could he have been at January 6th and he didn't get in trouble? A lot of innocent people got kind of scooped into that net at January 6th.
All of a sudden, he was like the Nazi king. No one wanted to fucking. You were pushed off every platform. And then how the fuck do you come in the great graces of everybody now, where you're on everyone's fucking podcast? So again, this goes to everyone's fucked and everyone's playing the same game, because you're either hated that much. So why are you on these shows? Because the people that are hosting you on these platforms, they want the clicks. They're just pushing this shit. They're fucking whores too. You're whores. You guys are all whores.
I got so hopefully you and I will not have to talk about him too much more. But I'll just say, because we're on the topic of Nick Fuentes, that he was on one of the shows. I couldn't believe the patience and how nice everybody was with him. He was on Crowder and he was with Piers Morgan. Hey, I think it was Piers Morgan. I don't know, one of them. And he's praising Hitler, and then he's praising FDR, and then he's praising Stalin. Okay, these are all guys who were fighting against each other in World War II. And I'm thinking, well, these people, to me, are all lefties. I know the Hitler thing, people still don't get that to this day, where they were the National Socialist Party. National, actually, originally, National Socialist Workers Party.
Yeah.
They were freaking Marxists. Sorry, folks, they were Marxists. Now they wave their flag, so I guess they're nationalistic. So that's why the people call them right wing. But no. So I don't know what this Fuentes. He makes no sense. In other words, he should be considered a version of the left. He's a lefty who hates Israel. Okay, that's why. So that's how I look at this guy. He likes authoritarian stuff. No. Okay, well, people like Logan and I aren't the same on everything, but we're pretty similar. We're right-leaning, libertarian-leaning people. We want government small. We want liberty and freedom. That's what we want. I don't know, some of you people, you want your collectivism and you want your big authoritarian government to take care of you from cradle to grave. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't always work out very nicely, does it? They kind of abuse that power, these authoritarian states. And anyway, yeah, he's just a goofball. Bongino's a goof. People, there are lots of good voices out there. People you can learn from and have real, again, value. Like Patrick Bet-David. That's probably the one we watch in my home by the most. But I like going to different places. We talked about Jimmy Dory's pretty cool. I was telling you about Morning Invest. They're a couple, I think. I forget, a husband and wife. I think they are. I forget what their names are off the top of my head. Morning Invest is a good show. I even go look at some of the liberals once in a while if it's Breaking Points or something with Crystal and that Sagar guy. And they'll get mad at everybody, though. So I enjoy that. And here we are. And, we'll say good things about Trump when he's done good, but we're not going to sit there and just, whatever you say, Mr. President. I mean, he says dumb things. I finished 8 wars. Well, sir, are you counting Iran? Like, I don't think it's really begun. No. I mean, you dropped a bomb on them last June. And then they didn't do much back because they probably don't know what to do. And then now their country's falling apart. And I don't think the story's unfolded yet. And we'll see how Venezuela unfolds. I mean, my biggest thing, I just want everybody to understand something here. I don't want our boots on the ground. I don't want our boots on the ground in Iran. I don't want them in Gaza. I don't want them in Venezuela. I mean,
how much have you heard since Venezuela since that day? With 3 days pass, and then how much have you actually heard about anything down there?
Not really much.
Yeah, I bet you we won't hear anything about Venezuela in the news until March when Rubio goes down there. I think Venezuela's just it'll be, like 5th page type shit. We're not gonna hear too much about it. No, I think we'll hear a couple more days of bullshit Minnesota, and then something else is gonna happen. Something else will take the limelight, the hide up whatever's fucking happening. Again, coincidental, the whole Minnesota fraud, and then this thing happens. Wouldn't it be convenient that riots would happen and burn down some government building that housed all the records of what the hell was actually going on? Wouldn't that be something? A little 9/11? Taking out some important papers, Building 7?
We're just pondering here, folks. We're not suggesting anything.
These people aren't that imaginative. It's like the same playbook over and over and over. Like it's really, that's why it blows my mind that people are so blind to this. Like, this whole Iran thing, it's what 9/11 was supposed to be. It's the same type of playbook. We're just going in. Now we're doing it with Venezuela, and it's going to lead into Iran, and eventually it's going to be the China thing with Canada and us taking Greenland. Like, something's going to happen. We're going to get attacked, or something bad's going to happen, and we're going to justify that we have to do all this shit to get back to that, get fucking rid of Iran. Because really, in my head, we're just at the will of fucking Israel. They don't like Iran, so I guess that's just what we're gonna do. Because the only reason that word, that name, that country comes out of our fucking mouths in America is because of Israel. There's no other reason. We'd have no reason to they'll never touch us. Like, I'm sorry, they won't. I'm not worried about that. If our government and our security and all this golden dome shit from Trump, if it's so fucking good, then we ain't got to worry about these people. If we got all these awesome weapons that we can just Tony Stark our country up with why the fuck are we worried about Iran? Who gives a shit? They ain't got no nukes. What do we give a fuck about? Why does Israel give a shit about them? They ain't got no fucking nukes. Who cares? You neutered the problem. Leave it alone. They're gonna fucking eat themselves right now. And we're worried about this? That's not, how is that anything first? It's not.
I know, Trump says, we'll do some strikes if you keep killing your people over there. And it sounds nice, but it's like, okay, sir, but we have problems here, sir. Again, we're spreading ourselves too thin.
Why don't you take one of those drone strikes and fucking blow up something in Minneapolis?
Oh, God. Figuratively speaking, he's just figurative.
No, I'm sure there's some places that we can just kind of
Oh, God.
clean up.
What a world, dude. What a world. Well, a lot of these things are going away. Unfortunately, I wish some of them would get cleaned up. I wish they'd be, in and out. But I don't know. I think we have a lot more to come. I think this Canadian thing is going to get real interesting here. And this guy Carney, I don't know.
He was a shit talker when he got in first. I remember seeing a couple clips of him in his parliament.
And maybe more in a future show. But I think one of the provinces in Canada. This is like a old thing that keeps coming back. I don't know if it's Quebec. One of the provinces over there keeps talking about secession.
Yeah, I think it's like Quebec. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, whoa, what's going on there? So he may have enough of his own problems at home, and obviously we want good relations with our neighbor. They're a lot like us, like you were saying earlier, but. With all these, rare metals now, and for all the tech we're using, and we're going to continue to use and expand with AI and all the robotics and all the automation, and just, the crazy places technology is going to take us. I mean, we may need, it's maybe all about that. It's maybe all about the rare minerals. Who knows? All over the world. In China, they look. I mean, I posted something on Facebook recently. There's stuff out there. They're doing a lot in the continent of Africa, folks. If you haven't paid attention, I mean, they got stuff going on all over the world.
China's a weird group of people, right? In the sense that since like the 1940s, they when CCP took over, right? They had the one child thing. So if you look at their birth rate numbers, or their population numbers rather, from like what it was in the 40s up to what it is now, like their number like almost tripled, right? Almost tripled. How do you have that when in order for you to even maintain your population, you would have to have at least two. Every couple would have to have 2 kids, right, to replace each one. So how are you growing when you're not even keeping up with your pace? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
people have been questioning their population lately, right? Was that you or somebody else? I saw that, right?
I think that's very. I saw a couple of videos. Just popped up bullshit. And I'm just like, okay. It just seems to make sense. How did you triple your population? And how are we? If I'm coming up with that idea, my dumb ass, right? And I'm like, that's kind of weird. I'm not great at math, but how, right? Wouldn't the government be kind of interested in that? Like, how or why are we afraid of these billions of people when there's not billions of people? What if there isn't billions of people? And not to mention, like, from that time period, that 70 or from
40s to
almost 80 years or whatnot, 70 years. You're telling me there was like no they didn't have problems over there? I mean, how many people did COVID, or how many people died of COVID?
Yeah,
or any other problems before that?
Right.
So why are we afraid of this country? I don't think they have that many fucking people. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I do worry about the Chinese. I mean, we'll talk about, people worry about Russia. You talk about, and we do Israel, these different countries and different agendas. I tell you, with Saudis are very involved in America. A lot of people don't even understand how the Saudi money is in a lot of our big corporations. But to China, that's the one. That's my big one.
And what about Russia threatening Germany and the UK? Or the EU, whatever you want to call it, with
that's not
nukes.
Good. Yeah, it's not good either. Not good.
Come on, man. This is like fucking prime time.
And again, folks, we don't know Neil Howe personally. He's not our dad. He's not our uncle. I wish we did know him. You should look him up. And The Fourth Turning, if you have not looked these things up already, there's various YouTube videos. He's been on with PBD. He's been on with that Tony Robbins guy. He's been on with, I don't know if he's been on with Rogan. He's probably been on with Rogan. I mean,
The Fourth Turning guy?
Yeah.
I think him and the... He was with somebody else episode I saw.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was like the co-writer.
Okay, he originally wrote it with another guy named William Strauss, who I think has passed away.
Yeah, so I may be wrong then.
But he may have co-written with somebody else. But
he was definitely on Rogan, yeah.
Okay. So he's out there, and again, it just feels so creepy, Logan, and because like all these things are happening, all this stuff on the global stage, and it just feels like, oh my God, one of these days, wow, everything that this guy basically said, not to the T, but it's basically going to happen, and I really worry about that. And I really hope I'm wrong, and I don't want a civil war here at home. I don't want another world war abroad, but. I don't know, buddy. I don't know. What a world, dude. What a world.
We're fucked, John.
Yep.
You know this.
Yep. And that's our close for today, folks. We are effed. All right. So soon we'll be talking about a movie coming out called, what's that movie?
Are you going to do it, the one with the, what's his nuts?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got to do, we're talking about, good luck, have fun, don't die.
I keep on seeing that.
It looks fun. It looks like a dark comedy. Sam Rockwell. Yeah. So I haven't seen it yet, folks. It's coming out in February, but we will. We'll talk about that on an upcoming show. So, everybody, we love you. God bless. Be well. And I mean that seriously, buddy. Everybody out there, please be well. Take care of yourselves. And talk to you soon. Cupid, draw back your bow and let